What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Padded Room Podcast. As always, I'm Brandon Barry.
Ryan Reagan over here.
And as usual, we're going to jump right into it.
We got our Friends of the Week right now. Robert Kraft went and picked up his best friend, Meek Mill, from
Free
prison. Jumped in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Flew straight to the Heat. Oh, I guess the Sixers games for him.
Yeah.
And watched them bounce the Heat from the playoffs.
This is my issue with that. It is probably the coolest, weirdest couple I've ever seen that are friends, right? How does Meek Mill become best friends with Robert Kraft? But props that it happened, like, cause that's awesome.
I don't know,
But
he must love mac and cheese.
Where's the freaking womp over? But here's the thing, Meek, you're one cool ass dude. Nobody had anything for you to wear other than that horrible ass turtleneck. Like, even Kevin Hart was roasting you last night. Courtside, he's like, hey man, Meek's back. But he put on a freaking...
They put to that turtleneck to go to the game. Oh, man.
That's the oddest couple in the
Weirdest
world.
couple.
Oh,
But
my God.
Since we're already on that game, heartbreaker for us here. You know, I saw it coming. I thought the Heat were losing 5 or 6.
Jesus.
I didn't see us beating the Sixers. Too talented.
Well, I am a diehard fan, so I saw it happening. I wanted it to happen, but after we lost the last game last week, or what was it, Saturday actually, I was like, okay, that's it. We're not going to come back and rally and beat them 3 straight games.
No.
That wasn't happening. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't think anybody expected us to even get to where we were.
Yeah, we had a great year.
Props to the Sixers. You guys went from worst to best.
Mm-hmm.
I truly
Took you a while.
Yeah. But I truly see them making it to the finals. Or not the finals, but at least the Eastern Conference Finals, because Boston's horrible right now.
Yeah, Boston's
they don't
not
have
playing
Kyrie
well.
or what's his
and
name.
even Cleveland's struggling. Cleveland is
Dude, Cleveland may go
it's
7
LeBron.
games
It's
with the
LeBron.
Pacers.
If LeBron wasn't on that Cavs team, they don't make the playoffs.
Of course, but this is the first year again now that he has. He's back to his first contract with the Cavs.
With the
where
Cavs.
if he doesn't do it, nothing's happening.
That's it.
You know, J.R. Smith isn't hitting 20 points a game and threes anymore.
Kyle
he doesn't
Korver
have
can't hit threes anymore.
He doesn't have Kyrie anymore. He doesn't. You know, Kevin Love is he plays 1 game, he misses 10 games.
Yeah.
Like it's just it is what it is.
Do a little update of the week.
Oh, boy.
Last week we talked about Arian Foster, where he is in his life. Obviously, I think he's maybe it's a financial thing he's doing. He did the MTV's The Challenge. First person off the show.
Was he really?
Lost in the first...
I didn't even watch it, I'm going to be honest with you.
Again, I watch all that stuff. First person off the show. He lost to someone named Casper Smart, who's a dancer.
Smart ass dude.
He dated J-Lo, Casper Smart. That's the
Oh,
only
he was
person.
the backup dancer.
The
Yes,
backup
okay,
dancer.
yep,
And he lost to him in a physical activity.
No.
Yes. Taking a bat and hitting this thing and all lost. Got hammered off the show. Bam, gone. Just like your career.
Ooh, that hurt.
Anyways.
I need buzzers. I need like burns and bumps and
Yeah.
I need that.
Well, now
Gio, can you get me that?
I got you, bro.
Thank you.
Got to do it. Got to put the picture of Arian Foster up here like, oh, I don't care that I just lost.
And I don't care that I left the Dolphins 3 games into the season.
Exactly.
Everything
Well,
else.
into just some regular news. A man in Texas was sentenced to 50 years in prison.
Was it
What happened?
50 years?
50 years. 50 years. Pretty big crime, I think.
I mean, murder, right?
That's what you'd think. But he stole $1.2 million in fajitas.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm telling you, 50
Hold on.
years in prison, stole $1.2 million worth of fajitas.
Okay, so how are people getting 12 years, 9 years for a murder, and he got 50 years for a fajitas?
For fajitas.
But how do you even steal one?
I feel like it's the place to steal. In Texas,
Well, yes.
you steal fajitas.
Okay,
I mean,
I was just in Texas, and I swear to God, I don't know what it is about Texas, and this isn't a knock against you guys, because I'm sure you think that about Florida as well. You guys have tacos and fajitas for everything. It doesn't. It's either taco and burritos, and every single one of every menu in Texas has brisket or like it's but it's always in a taco or a fajita.
It's always in a taco. Well,
but how do you steal that many fajitas?
1.2 million. I don't know if it's like in ingredients or he was going to fajita shop and just stealing fajitas, but
baby, I know what we're gonna do to retire.
50 years.
I'm gonna go steal fajitas.
Yep. I wanted to segue into Alabama because there is a little small town in Alabama right now that smells like shit.
We're gonna get so much hate mail for that one.
I mean it.
We're gonna get so much hate mail for that one.
A trainload of human feces was derailed and left there for 2 months now. 10 million pounds of poop is left in a small town of about 1,000 people, just sitting there for 2 months now.
Is anybody else wondering why human feces was on a train in the first
From
place?
New York, they don't have landfills.
So they shipped it. Okay,
To
geographically
Alabama.
speaking,
That's where I would ship my shit.
Can we put a map up here? New York is all the way up here. They decided to take it all the way down to Alabama.
Alabama, that's the place. Drop it off, leave it, don't even bury it. Leave it there for them.
Is this a hashtag blame Trump or a hashtag blame Obama trending material type of thing?
Blame Saban. That's what it is.
Damn you, Saban.
But, okay.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Now we're going to hit some football.
Okay.
NFL draft comes up here soon.
Okay.
A lot of big questions, a lot of teams that have failed in drafting top players.
Yep.
I mean, the top one, of course, the Cleveland Browns have top 5 pick like every year.
I have a theory on the Cleveland Browns right now, and I'm going to look at the camera. Which one should I look at, Gio? This one or this one for this one? This is serious. If the Cleveland Browns don't win at least 6 games this year, Roger Goodell should step in and be like, okay, all upper management and ownership, you are released. Here's your payout. Bring in a whole new staff. Because this is just, I've never seen so many number 1 draft picks, and they still can't do anything. I thought it was cool that they stuck with their coach and they're giving him a chance to actually build something. That's great. But last year, what was it? It was Jabril Peppers. Who they did the defensive end. From what's it called? From Texas A&M, the quarterback. This offseason, you stole juice from us. You got Tyrod Taylor. You got another running back as well. I forget who that was. But and now this year you have 2 first-round picks.
First-round picks. Number 1 and number 4, I believe it is.
And you would have to think at least one's going to be a quarterback because Tyrod, I love you, but he's not the answer and he's not the future. You would have to think it's going to be somebody like Bradley Chubb, the defensive end from like North Carolina State. And then quarterback-wise, that's the toss-up. You have people talking about Josh Rosen. You have people talking about,
They're even saying Mayfield now is a person on their radar.
Me personally, I think Baker is probably the best quarterback to come out.
I think he's the bust of the draft.
You think he's the bust? Mm-hmm. See, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because, and I'm going to get killed for this because everybody kills me about my Tebow comments all the time.
Oh, we'll get to him.
I leave him alone. But I like athletes who want to win and are scared to lose. And all Baker's done his entire career is win, right? So when you look at somebody like, for example, let's go through this real quick. So you have Lamar Jackson. They don't know if he's going to be a wide receiver.
They just said today, offensive coordinator, just maybe an hour before we started this, offensive coordinator in the league, anonymous, said no way Lamar Jackson will be a quarterback in the NFL.
Well, and that's what they're saying, but he and his agent said, no, we're going to be a quarterback.
Well, so did Tim Tebow. Now he's a baseball player.
Back off. So, but you have Josh Rosen, you have Sam Darnold from USC, you have Lamar Jackson from Louisville, Mason Rudolph from Oklahoma State, Baker Mayfield, and then Josh Allen. Yeah. So those are your main guys, right? Yeah. I'm not sold on Josh Allen. I personally think, and we were talking about this a while ago, quarterbacks, it's a toss-up. If you go to a smaller school or if you go to a school that's not a major FBS, they try to knock you against it.
But it's worked so far.
Exactly. Except for Carson Wentz, Joe Flacco. Those would be the two main guys, right? And they've had great careers. But I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and they told me, I think it was actually Chase, and he kind of broke it down like this, and I've never thought about it like this. They don't have the greatest athletes in the world when you get lower like that, so they can't cover as much field. So like they truly play real defense in the sense of systematic defense.
Systematic
exactly.
defense,
Not being like I just have a freaking strong safety who I can rely to cover this whole side of the field. It doesn't happen. So what happens? Quarterbacks, their windows shrink, right? As far as where they can throw that ball.
Makes sense.
And he's saying Josh is very accurate like that. I'm not sold on him though. I like Baker. I like, even down to somebody like Sam Darnold. I'm not sold.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not really sold with any of them.
Really, the biggest problem, think about it, is you take a quarterback first. I mean, where do you really go? There's so many to choose from. So do you go running back first?
Yeah.
I don't think
like
running backs
Saquon.
running backs are a dime a dozen. I think.
Here's my issue, and I completely agree with you. Running backs are a dime a dozen. Saquon is an absolute monster. I'm not taking anything away from him. But it's not. We're not in the league where it's the Walter Paytons, the Emmitt Smiths, where they're going to get 40 carries, 35 carries. It's not happening. And you're coming out on third down, even though Saquon can catch the ball. You're coming out on third down. Here's the issue. Because of the collective bargaining agreement and all that stuff with the quarterbacks, it used to be if you took a quarterback in the first round, he better be starting for you sometime that year because the amount of money he was making was through the roof. Now, there's no risk. Because the money's already there. It doesn't matter. The money's already been determined what that person's going to get. So now there's no risk.
And you have him for 4 or 5 years at a decent price.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, I know you said Baker's the bust of the draft. I'm telling you who the steal of the draft is. My steal of the draft right now is Quentin Nelson from Notre Dame. This dude is an absolute man-child. He's 6'5", 329.
Wow.
Offensive guard for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
When
Can never go wrong
him,
with a big offensive guard.
No, and I know I'm biased. I was an interior lineman my whole life as well.
Okay.
I know I'm biased. But watch film. This guy, not only when he gets his hands on you, it's done. Right? And then as an interior offensive lineman, you've just got to be able to flip the switch. You've got to be able to be, excuse my language, you got to be able to be an asshole the second you walk on the field, and he is. He doesn't just stand in front of people. He puts them on their ass. I mean, period.
That's a big deal.
He'll go first round. I'm excited to see where he goes.
So what do the Dolphins do? I know we're Miami people,
Dude,
so
I can't figure out what they're going to do. There's rumor that we're going to try to trade up with Cleveland's second pick, number 4, and try to take Baker. But I don't think that necessarily secures Baker for us.
Yeah,
I know the Giants are looking at him right now.
I know. I really think in the first 2 rounds we got to go for a quarterback.
Yeah,
I really do.
Well, the cool thing is that I don't think Cleveland's going to take Baker because he has that same sort of style as Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
and they've already been
Johnny
burned
Manziel.
by that. They want somebody who's going to sit in the pocket and throw the ball. They're not going the Johnny Manziel route again. So I know we don't have to worry about Cleveland. But I'd like to see.
There's other teams that also.
Absolutely.
A lot of teams that need a quarterback right now.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they're saying, oh my gosh. Well, who else needs a quarterback right now?
Half the league, unless you're the Patriots, Steelers, those teams, you need a quarterback. I mean,
as far as that's true, because Big Ben's almost done.
Yeah, Big Ben's on his way out.
The other one that Miami's kind of throwing around is Derwin James from Florida State, the strong safety.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's what I would take. We got a big time safety already back there. You get James, it'd be great. It'd be great.
He's 6'3", 215. 6'3", 215 as a strong safety. Here's my issue with that. I'm a big advocate of just taking the best player available, right? In your needs. Like, don't take...
Of course.
But that being said, within your means, we have Rashard Jones. Why would
solidify the DBs? Our corners are young.
I would rather see corner
I
than
mean,
strong safety because we already have a strong safety.
We definitely need corners.
I don't know if Derwin...
But we need tacklers, too.
Exactly. And I don't know if Derwin would be able to drop down to corner. I'm sure he would because he's just a great athlete. But when you play your entire life with everything in front of you, it's kind of weird to...
To have to match up one-on-one.
Yeah,
but in a zone sequence, he might be able to switch to corner. But I think as DBs, I think they would be big-time players. Who's your Alabama pick, though? Who's the guy coming from Alabama? Is there anybody who's going to be a star? I mean, we get a lot of busts from Alabama, especially at running back.
See, Alabama... There's one gentleman who sticks out to me. Again, I'm biased. He's an interior lineman. Bradley Bozeman. He played center for Alabama for the last couple of years. Again, another 6'4" plus guy, 300 pounds. I mean, and he's smart. I love them. Again, they're starting to get a bad reputation on their running backs, right? Because of your Trent Richardson, he's out.
Yeah,
Mark Ingram is kind of like a systematic player. He turned it on a little bit this year.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they're bad players. I'm just saying they're not living up to the college hype.
Yeah, they're not living up to the hype. I mean, I hate Alabama as it is. I mean, one of my good friends, Chris, told Nick Saban to shove it one day. Working at Toys R Us, maybe that's why they're closed.
Oh.
Well, we posted on Facebook, some of our social media about the show today, and we have a few viewers that wanted to ask us some questions.
Bring it on.
Justin from Port St. Lucie is asking you, Brandon, your boy Tim Tebow.
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Striking out.
This is what you were talking about.
Yeah, striking out 21 times in his first 48 at-bats, but he's still batting .250.
Yeah. You know what 250 in the major leagues means? It means you're a multi-millionaire. Next question. Screw you, Justin. I knew you were going to ask that question. And the reality is what's Giancarlo Stanton doing right now? He's striking out all over the place.
But he's starting to hit home runs.
But what did we say? If you keep hitting bombs, it doesn't matter. If Giancarlo Stanton hits 50 home runs, like you said,
nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
But is Tim Tebow going to hit 50 home runs?
He's probably not going to hit 50, but how many times?
With the grace of God, he might.
Well, then he's going to be Tebowing all over the time. But the reality is every time he's on SportsCenter, which is at least once a week, it's because he's jacking a home run. So?
Or he's sitting there commentating.
Y'all stay off my man like that.
Let's make sure I say this right. Is it Gabriel? Gabriel Barletta.
Okay.
He's
I know Gabe.
From Stuart, Florida.
Okay.
He's
What's up, Gabe?
He's promoting himself. He just hit us up saying, when is he fighting next? Is there any update on that?
Listen, I don't know when he's fighting next. I have nothing to do with that. However, what I will say is if there's any promoters that are looking for any fighters, that's definitely a kid you want on your roster for your fight. You want him.
Definitely.
I've seen him personally fight 3 times, and it's been knockouts and victories, and he's just, dude, he's like a barbarian, man. He comes out, he's got this hair, he got big, like
exciting.
He's got heavy ass hands. He's a local guy. Yeah. I mean, I would love to see him fight. Honestly, I would go to travel.
We'd be there.
Yeah, I would travel to go watch Gabe Barletta fight. Shout out Gabe Barletta.
Last viewer kind of question is from Zach Ferry from Vero Beach.
Okay.
Wants to know about kind of a local fishing update, specifically offshore saltwater fishing.
Okay, so I'll say this. I am not the best pro angler in the world. Luckily, my brother, as a lot of you know, Jesse Berry, owns a charter company.
That's right.
Tighten Up Fishing. If that's something you guys want to know about, for sure, we'll set up a segment here, and we'll do a quick segment for local updated fishing. That's not a problem at all.
We got our last segment.
So this one is a very special one to me. It's time for Guilty Pleasures. So, last week, we already know what happened. He lost in Thumb War. I told you I used handicap bathrooms. If you didn't see that, make sure you go watch it. Ryan, start us off with your Guilty Pleasure.
Well, as you can see from last week, I cut that mop off my head. My Guilty Pleasure is I started realizing I got this receding hairline going on.
We're old.
And, sucks. But I use women's hair products.
Ooh! You really just said that.
I did, and I'm trying not to lose the hair. And hey, the lady at the salon, I went to a salon. Ha! Gay! She said, hey, use these things. Right into my hair, I feel it bubbling and working, and I feel so wonderful. That's my guilty pleasure.
Time out. First of all, I go get my hair cut tomorrow, okay? Shout out Cubby from Blend Masters on Fort St. Lucie Boulevard. You are the man, and I love you.
Shout out to the lady at Great Clips with...
No! You don't talk... No man should ever go to a Great Clips. And it was a lady on top of that?
Yeah, of course. Ladies.
Ladies, I know you can cut hair and stuff like that. I am not disrespecting you at all. I'm just talking about as a man. I bet you she used a lot of scissors on you. Did you even get the clippers?
Scissors. It felt so good.
Cubby, Like, can we hook him up with like a first time try it out type of haircut, bro?
Hey,
you don't have to go to Great Clips.
Hey, it's only $11. You know I'm a Jew.
Oh my God, it's getting worse. All right, well, I'm gonna go to my guilty pleasure because I can't take that anymore. My guilty pleasure is my family is going to eat this up. I absolutely love leftovers, and specifically leftovers that are not mine.
But why? Why would you do that?
That's awesome.
Meaning,
You steal people's shit.
absolutely, absolutely. So, real quick, I apologize. I'm gonna do the quick rundown right now. Cesare, my wife, I'm sorry. Steve, my dad, I'm sorry. Sherry, my mom, I'm sorry. Jesse, my brother, I'm sorry. But not sorry, because you do that shit to me too. So that's my guilty pleasure. That's another week of the Padded Room. We did it. Hey, make sure you guys tune in next week. Share it. We're going to make sure that we have it on. We're already on right now. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Make sure you show some love. Follow us and subscribe.
Any topics you like us
Absolutely.
to talk about?
We'll make sure that we get you guys in. As you can see, we had people from all over. Miami, Stewart, all over the place. So we'll definitely add that in. But honestly, keep it coming. Keep tuning in. Keep commenting. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing it. We appreciate the love. It's been another episode of the Padded Room Podcast. See you guys later.
Have a good one.